What's up? So this is my first time. I haven't used Sonnet 4 yet. It's been family time, long weekends with the kid home. Actually, the kid's gonna be home for a while. Uh, they got 5 days off, so we're not gonna be able to build as much as we normally would like to. But we're gonna try out Sonnet 4 for a little bit. And so we're gonna be using Claude for this. And essentially what happened is that before I knew what backend deployments were, I was just using super base edge functions. But I think for scalability and for what we really want reference one to be, it needs to have a lot more complexity on the back end as far as like security, as far as the backend logic. We're gonna use some AI pieces in there to evaluate candidates quickly and also to take information that uses actually the technology that we built with DoubleMe. I told you before, we're going to start actually looping in other technologies, because once you build one thing, once you build an AI voice agent that sounds like you, that can take calls for you in one place, you can also take that code base and then move it over to another place where we can do the exact same thing as far as like some of the utilization of the Rails that we've built with evaluating transcripts, developing phone numbers with the Twilio API, with 11 Labs API, the ability to, like, we're gonna work on something with reference one that I think could be interesting as far as like developing custom questions based on the job description. But we need the job description first, which we have that ability, but I would love to just put in like a link and then use hyperbrowser that would scrape the job description plus the employer's website, and then come up with custom reference questions for references. Because once we develop that engine, then we could use the reference one code to build an interviewing app that essentially abstracts the entire interview process so that a candidate might do same level interview. If someone does multiple rounds of interviews, they're 30 minutes long, they might do 30 to 45 minute interviews, 4 rounds, and then a really long interview that's like a group interview, and then maybe a management or a CEO interview, right? And so if you're doing really short evaluation or screening interviews, why is a person doing that? That doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna use DoubleMe and Reference One technology to do top grading and evaluation of, because Reference One has scores built into it that we built in a scoring mechanism from scratch. And so we're going to take that scoring mechanism with DoubleMe. So you see what I mean? Like, we're going to start expanding this thing out. It's little things like, I'm building like a course system. But once you build a course system with one thing, you can build now the Rails for courses, quizzes. I want to build like a course development software that allows it to ingest information. I can tell you how it's going to be ingested. It's going to ingest information, and it's going to create an outline, write the lesson plan, write the script for each lesson, put that into a slide deck, take the script, put that in 11 Labs, record it, and now all of a sudden you have unlimited courses that you could create. But not only that, your users, like if you're a creator or knowledge, like let's say that you're someone famous like Alex Hormozy or whoever, or Gary Vee, or Gary Tan, or Paul Graham, or some of these people that have like a lot of content out there, like you can make courses from scratch that sound like that person. And I think that's really compelling. But once you do it with one place, what are the other ways that you could take that technology and move it to somewhere else? And so that is why it's important to get these early things really good. That's why it's important that DoubleMe works every time, because we're going to use those Rails to then build more things based off of the DoubleMe components. Since we own all the IP, we can keep building new and new products based off on new and new information, and maybe we kill a product like DoubleMe because better technology comes out in the future. And it's also why we don't feel sad when we get competitors, because we're building so many different products. When we get a competitor, we're like, okay, let's see if we could sell that product to the competitor. They take our user base, they take our tech, we just spin up somewhere else. So all that to say is, like, with Reference One, we really need to get the back end ready. And in order to do that, we need to take it from super base edge functions to a back end development. We did that, but now we have to verify that it's happening. And I wondered if Claude can help us do that right now. So that's what we're gonna do. Here's our code base for the backend of reference. I can't wait till they have memory built in. It'll be so awesome. It'll probably cost more, but that'll be great. Here's our code base for the backend of reference 1. Here, and then let's go to ChatGPT and then actually have it tell me what it thinks the feature set is for the backend. So then we're gonna cross compare actually what is in there. We're gonna actually use reference 1 to do some comparative analysis. Let's just go ahead and use it. Based on our conversations and the code you've helped me build for reference 1's backend logic and use of scoring and transcription analysis, and no, I didn't have to correct that. I knew what I was trying to write. Sometimes I spell check myself with AI and I'm like, why did I do that? That's waste time. And transcription, use of scoring and transcription analysis, and 11 labs integration. Can you build a product feature set of what we've built together? I'm gonna have it do that first, and then I'm gonna tell it why I needed to do that, because maybe it might have some thoughts. See, it's like from the uploaded PDFs. Yep, see, it's getting everything from, I've told you, I mean, I say it on every video if I have to, using the project features to add an aperture or a focus point for ChatGPT to examine information is a cheat code. So do I also want the backend or the front end code? How much is that going to take? If I do the reference 1 front end, oh, that kills my capacity. Okay, so what if I do just that piece? That's 52, it's 45% of capacity. I think we could just use that, right? How much does that use? That's too much. What's in there? Why is the favicon using 165%? It's a heavy file. Oh, it's right there, 68. That's so cool. So if I did this and I removed that, interesting. I took out Superbase. Huh, okay, cool. I don't think I need server because that's just, yeah, package JSON. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna add that to that. And front end of what am I missing anything to build out the following? I'm actually gonna use Opus for this, following features. This is kind of a little bit more technical than I started out thinking it would be, based on all the information that it's giving me. So it's giving me the feature set. So I need to basically, okay, come on, Chat, come on. I don't think you can do all this. Nope. Okay. Where am I at capacity wise? Where's my capacity amount? Okay, well, it's not gonna tell me. Can you verify the features listed below exist in the code base? Yeah. Oh, I already put that. If some of the features are missing, can you tell me which ones they are? Now I could say, and help me build the features, but that's not what I need right now. Because I just wanted to focus on one task. See what you got, Claude. I don't doubt you. I just don't believe you either. That's how I am with like most AI. I'm like, trust but verify, you know? Or I'm naturally skeptical. So everything that AI writes for me, I'm assuming that that code does not work. And I'm gonna ruthlessly test it every step of the way. However, with some of the other things where we're trying to move a little bit faster than probably I would be normally comfortable with, it's not that I'm moving fast with the testing. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, in June, I'm gonna start selling all of the things and running demos. And then I'll open up each one of the products that we get potential customers for. I'll open them up for everyone in August. So we'll sell in June, we'll have them start in August. In July, I'm basically going through ruthlessly testing and then slowly rolling it out to beta testers for a steep discount. I can't believe they can do this. This is awesome. Okay. Okay. But I have the weights. I'm gonna have it help me build this, and then I'm gonna help me build this too. Can you help me build this feature? I don't need the email or SMS interview leak right now. By the way, I've never used Claude this way before. This is a first. Every single time that you might not know this, but I'm exploring how to use these things in real time. I'm just recording it while I'm doing it. And then in the future, as I get better at some of these tools and better at using some of these tools, like I've never used Claude and GitHub ever. But now that Jules uses GitHub and Rep uses GitHub, which I'm gonna try next week, and Bolt uses GitHub, and then I use GitHub with Railway, and then I use GitHub in VS Code and in GitHub Code Spaces, and GitHub a coding agent will use GitHub. Like, since GitHub is a central repository, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should start using everything and using GitHub as the hub and all these other tools as a spoke, which honestly makes GitHub one of the most valuable pieces of software I think out right now, which I think a lot of people are downplaying that. I should probably write an article on that. But I think it's really interesting how that is coming about. So it's writing things I don't need. So watch this. But if 11 Labs gives me a transcript of every call, do I Oh, I read that wrong. Shoot. It just built me out it just built me out a feature that I don't want or need. That's so funny. Okay, so I might actually add this to the reference one Jim from framework doc, because look, I don't want this feature. It's what it's saying is that when it says TTS summary, I read it wrong. TTS summaries is essentially turning 11 Labs over and allowing someone to hear the summary of a candidate by pressing a button. So they could go through their whole candidate list, and instead of reading the summary, you press a button to hear the summary. The reason I didn't want to do this is because essentially what I kind of want at this moment is I just want a scoring mechanism so that people could just see the scores of the candidate. That's so funny. I mean, I'll let it cook. I was about to ask you a question that doesn't matter, because I asked it. I didn't understand that it was saying what a TTS service was until it was saying this part, database migration to add the URL column to the reference evaluations table. I was like, why would you need an audio column? And look, now let's handle it. Let's update it to handle audio generation. That's so funny. Let's update the, oh shoot, you're going to town. Now they're gonna update the front-end components to display and play audio summaries. Okay, Opus, I see what you're doing. That means oh my gosh. So when this stuff is all like, when you can schedule these things, like with what I'm building with Unravel, it's building features I don't need or want yet. But if I ever was like in a pinch and was like, oh, I have these users, I haven't delivered a new feature in, let's say, like 6 weeks to 90 days, I now have a feature that if someone asks, I can just be like, oh yeah, it'll take me, like 3 or 4 weeks to develop it. And it's like, I already got this feature in the tuck for front end and back end, because it's coding both sides, because I put in my front end code base and my back end code base. If I had just done what I was going to do and just put in the back end code base, it wouldn't currently even have the context of what my front end code base is to be able to add files without me even asking it to. Because I would have eventually had to have, look right here, an audio summary player component. I would have had to build that. And I didn't even, like, this is cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm listening to some good music too. Wow, I'm impressed. Not gonna lie. And I'm just gonna sit here and watch magic happen. I haven't even touched Jules yet. Also, this playlist is crazy. What are we doing out here? I created a song radio on Spotify, so I'm gonna create a new playlist. Now this song is tough. Yeah. And there was a couple songs that I've been hearing. What else are you updating? Like, what else can you do? The candidate details modal to include the audio player. That's actually what it is. Yes, I'm not going to service the audio player anywhere else. It would be in the candidate details modal. I just would have asked Bolt to do this for me. That's wild. So how will I even put that? Okay, so I know exactly how I'm going to do this. Please don't have my ENVs up front and personal. Oh, thank God, it's not my ENVs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna do this, watch this. I need to clean this up a bit. So it's gonna be called user stories. Wait, did I do that right? I think so. Put these up here. And can I put that in there? I'll put that in there. Just need to clean it up a little bit. reference conversation, random positions, landing page. Okay, so I'm gonna do like marketing. So landing page. And I'm gonna do candidate grading and analysis. Oops. So I'm gonna put that down here. Drop that in there. Put that in there. Okay. Okay. And then right here, I'm gonna put future features. That's so funny. I built out that whole thing. I did not ask it at all. And I've also heard like the code won't work, which is fine. It's just a starting point. Because I kind of know how to do it at this point pretty well. So this is going to be audio summary playback. Where are you at? Over here. Oh, I can continue? Yeah, Claude was going too crazy. Interesting. Yeah, it's going crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go in here real quick. So how would I? So how would I do this? Okay, so I'd probably take. Oh, these are all gonna be their own thing, I bet. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna get a little intense because I'm gonna now do 11 labs DS service. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna come here. And then, am I still on the same? So that's V1. Why are you on V4 doing? So why are you saying V2 and then V4? Oh, wow. So it's updating as it's updating. Well, why would you rewrite it? Why wouldn't you just write? So that's the first. This is V1. That's so cool. Up here, it's telling me what it's doing. So I really do need to wait until it's done coding because it's recoding everything. I really don't want super-based edge functions. I want everything to be in my space. So I'll have it come back in and do this later. Wow, I'm a little kind of like, this is so interesting because it took on front end and back end at the same time. And I know you guys are probably bored right now because I wasn't expecting it to code this long. And I don't know how to, I don't know how to do this. I'm just sitting by and being a fan. This is like so weird. I don't even know how I would even put this all in. This isn't gonna work if it doesn't scroll down better. What if I just kept adding like a couple sub tabs? First of all, let's close these. Marketing goes in there. Probably should be marketing sales. Say, what are you doing? My finger is too far over on the keyboard. Sales, initial sales outbound. Research on reference checks. Okay, random positions, beta testing. So what is this, just product? Ugh, okay. Is it done yet? Jeez Louise. You went crazy. All right, let's roll this here because we might have an engineer later that's like, what the hell did you, what kind of, I heard someone call this code spaghetti code. I was like, that's hilarious. All right, okay. All right, lock in. Okay, so version 2, this is version 2, so 11 Labs, CTT. So we gotta do, everything's gotta be the latest version, otherwise I imagine it won't really work that well. Because they're all coding against each other. So we'll take that. It's so weird that it just gave me. So this is going to be that. Data grace migration. And then we'll take this information here. This is so weird to be doing because again, I've never used it this way before. And now I'm kind of intrigued of how I could use this even more, like kind of crazily. Okay, so I got that already. And then backend ABI. And then what version is this? Is this the right version? Nope, V1, V4. That's the right copy. Okay, and then audio summary component. Oh, look at that. How do I copy this? Is that the code? Oh, that's the code right there. That's cool. I didn't know I did that either. Okay. Like you could probably literally, no, you probably couldn't just copy and paste this because you can't, because hold on, audio playback design. Oh, geez. This is so ridiculously impressive, but also time consuming. So there's gotta be an easy way to do this. And I don't know what it is, but I'm not complaining because I did not have to prompt for hours to get all this working. So that's version 2, don't need that. Do you need that? Update candidate details. What version is this? Candidate details update for audio. Okay, that's backend again. That's version 3, don't need that. That's version 4, we don't need that. Audio indicate, oh, on the candidate cards. Yeah, that's true. Wow. Audio, audio tags for cards. Exporting this is going to be wild. Oh yeah. Generate evaluation audio. I really don't want to use this, but let's just go ahead and put it in, okay? I mean, it went through all this work, like. Jeez Louise, man. Whew. A lot of for creating audio. All right. Now, for sake of brevity, I kind of don't want to run this next command. I'll run it in the background. Y'all don't have to watch me do that again. Oh man, okay. That's so funny. All right, let's see what else we can do. That's cool. All right, so that's the feature set. We got that. So front end, back end structure, okay. Candidate evaluation report. Okay, that was on the, oh, this is all landing page stuff. That's cool. All right, creating sales double for reference one. We know what we're doing there. Backend deployment, landing page design. Dude, okay, like, I know what I want now. Here's what I want. I want to build a tool that allows for someone to input their job description and reference one will automatically create all of the questions that the AI agent will ask the references, and it will also create custom scoring across the specific categories of scoring for reference one. So it may change the weight, the overall weight of the scoring based on the job description that is submitted, whereas the basic scoring has a predetermined, oh my gosh, predetermined weighting model attached to it. This would be a premium feature that allows the application to create custom weights and custom questions in real time depending on the job description that was entered. That'd be interesting, premium. Because I mean, I was telling some friends last night, like at this point, like I'm only capped by what I can think of to build and the time that it takes to like enter these prompts, do testing and stuff like this. But as far as coding, it has everything that I've ever thought of about this product. It knows where I'm coming from. Just like it just told me what all the features were. So I could take that whole feature set, put it in a Claude. Claude referenced the GitHub repositories and said, these are your missing features. And I was like, all right, build this missing feature and build this missing feature. I'm gonna go ahead and have that, build that in the background. Uh-oh. So now I have both of these running at the same time, right? They're building out a feature over here, and these people are helping me figure out, like I knew what a feature I needed. Okay. Interesting. Every delivery to the AI diary. Oh, that's right. So I need to make it, okay, so I know how 11 Labs works. I know that if I have the docs right here, that in the conversational AI area, if I can read these really quickly. Where are you at? Where are you at? All right, conversations. Okay, so I know that I can, this is not it actually. Am I in the right place? Agents, get agent, update agent, simulate conversation. Okay, update agent, I think is what I need. Patches to aided settings. What am I looking for? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is this it? Conversation configurations. Conversational events. Come on, I know what I'm looking for. I just need to know what it's actually called. But here it is, first message and prompt. Boom, that's it right there. So if I have the first message and prompt and knowledge base, which now they can take text. It used to be only files. So I need to update double me now, because now double me, since it can take a text, that means that double me can now take custom instructions that the user can change and I don't have to change on the back end. So I need to update double me to be able to do this now. So if it can take text, so we can update all these things. Okay, so I think I know what I need. So essentially I think I need, how would I do this? How would I explain it? So I believe that what we could do is create new prompt settings for the AI agent, as well as first message and the knowledge base. We can update them based on, hold on. We can update them based on using an open AI API to take the job description and then create new knowledge base and system prompts based on the job description, mainly the questions that it will ask, probably just knowledge base, which actually only pertains to the knowledge base. The part where things get tricky is going to be the tricky part is going to be, because right here it's saying question delivery to the AI dialer. We already know how to do that. Oh, let's go ahead and put that in. The question delivery to the AI dialer. This is just using the API from 11 Labs, which is here. To update add a text object to the knowledge base of the agent. Here is the 11 Labs API code. So we'll take this right here and we'll kind of come down. I usually like to have this whole thing so that it, like the thing on the left that's scrolling, the thing on the right now is the code. The thing on the left is telling it what capabilities it has within that code, so it kind of knows what it's looking for. Like I just told it that it could use text, but I needed to find where the thing said agent configuration, scroll down, knowledge base, open that, scroll down. I think it said file, URL, and text. So I needed to know that it can actually do text, because sometimes like these APIs or these LLM models, especially when you use the chat interface and not the API, like the direct API, they don't know what the updated like API docs would look like. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show it like, hey, it actually did update the APIs from what I told you last time. So I'm actually going to remove that and have it go there. All right, that's it for this call or for this video. It's still coding in the background. It's so crazy. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to keep working.